जय हो। जैसा कि मैंने कहा था, आयोनिक इक्विलिब्रियम का पूरा एक टॉपिक देने की कोशिश करूंगा। तो इन दिस लेट अस टॉक अबाउट ions and their equilibrium. You can see when a substance ionize in solution to form ions, and it is because of these ions a substance is known as a electrolyte. So electrolytes are chemical substance which in solution, molten or fused state generate free ion, and these free ion carry current. Sometimes these ions are in equilibrium with the molecule, then it is said to be ionic equilibrium. Next we come to is, what are electrolytes and non-electrolytes? Now electrolytes are those which dissociate into ion in solution. They are electrolytes. So these have free and mobile ions, free and mobile ions, and these have only molecules, no free and mobile ions. For example, we can say that hydrogen chloride dissolved in water will generate ions, whereas pure water, pure water, not acidified, pure water will have only molecule. Carbon tetrachloride will have only molecule. Carbon disulfide will have only molecules. So molecules do not carry current, therefore are called non-electrolyte, even if they are mixed with liquid. But chemical compound which ionize, which generate free and mobile ions are called electrolytes. Now electrolytes can be weak or strong. Let us see strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. Now strong electrolytes are those which in solution, suppose sodium chloride dissolved in water, it gives sodium ion and chloride ion. Both of them are in dissolved state. Suppose you take 1 mole of this, initially they are nil. But if they are 1 mole, then this is nil. That means all the molecule have converted to ions. When all the molecule convert to ions, they are the chemical substance is called strong electrolyte. Otherwise, it will be known as weak electrolytes. Now, weak electrolytes have do not dissociate completely. For example, you take acetic acid molecule, it is when dissolved in water, there is a equilibrium, it gives acetate ion and hydronium ion, both in aqueous state, both in aqueous state. So in this, we suppose there is the degree of dissociation. So this out of 1 mole, it will be 1 minus alpha gone, alpha formed, alpha formed. And if the concentration of this is this, then it will be C. So there is a equilibrium. Now you can apply law of mass action if Ka is given. So in this case, some molecule remain undissociated. So you can write here, some molecule ionize and some do not. Some molecule ionize and some remain undissociated or unionized. Some remain unionized. Some remain unionized. So up till now we have done molecule and ion have an equilibrium. Compound which forms ions is called electrolyte. Electrolytes can be strong and weak. Strong electrolyte have all molecule converting to ion. Weak, some molecule converting to ion and some remaining undissociated. And non-electrolyte are those which do not form ions. Next we have is, how is weak electrolyte ionized? So see, nothing. Suppose we take acetic acid solution, acetic acid, it is dissolved in water, there is a equilibrium, it will form acetate ion and hydronium ion, that too in aqueous state. Again I am repeating, how do they ionize? there is a equilibrium. There is a equilibrium. Suppose this is 1 mole and alpha is the degree of dissociation. So if this is alpha formed, so out of 1 mole, alpha is converting to ion. So how much remaining at equilibrium? What is the concentration of acetic acid at equilibrium? Alpha minus 1, and the concentration, if this is C, then it will be C1 minus alpha, C alpha and C alpha. Then you can apply law of mass action. In law of mass action, you have concentration of the product ion, product of the concentration of product ion, one product stands for multiplication, upon the concentration of reactant species, square bracket stands for molar concentration, and this is constant K. If we transpose water here, so it becomes K into molar concentration of water is equal to same acetate ion aqueous into hydronium ion aqueous upon acetic acid. This is by default taken as 1, that is it becomes Ka is equal to, this is how weak electrolyte ionize. This is how weak electrolyte ionize. Concentration of acetate ion. In some books it is written as H plus aqueous for calculation of pH. So you can take even this upon acetic acid. And had it been a basic substance, then it would have converted to Kb. You can put the values here. Ka is equal to Ch into Ch. What is the acetic acid after equilibrium? Let us see. C1 minus H. So we put C1 minus H. So this becomes C square H square upon C1 minus H. C is cancelled out. So this becomes CH square upon 1 minus H. Let us assume H is too small. Therefore, we can say 1 minus H is as good as 1. So this becomes Ka is equal to C alpha square. What have we taken, H or alpha? Let us see. Oh, we have taken alpha. So let us first change this. C alpha. We have taken C alpha, not H. So this will become C alpha, 1 minus alpha, C square alpha square, and C alpha square, and 1 minus alpha. If alpha is too small, then this becomes C alpha square. So what is alpha square is equal to? It is Ka upon C. So what is alpha equal to? Root of Ka into C. This is nothing but Ostwald dilution law. Degree of dissociation is inversely proportional to square root of concentration or directly proportional to the square root of dilution. Next we come to is degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte is directly proportional to square root of its dilution. This we have done. We have in the previous one we have done Ka is equal to C alpha square. So alpha square is equal to Ka upon C. So alpha is equal to root Ka upon root C. Believing this as constancy of proportionality. So alpha is inversely proportional to square root of concentration, and we know that volume is inversely proportional to concentration. So alpha is directly proportional to square root of dilution. This was given by Ostwald dilution law. Next we come to is concept of acid and bases. Arrhenius, Lowry, Bronsted, so many people have talked about this. So let us talk about them. Arrhenius said acids and bases in terms of ion given them in acid substance. So he said that acids are substances which in solution give proton and bases are substances which in solution give OH ion. Mark here that Arrhenius talked about only solution. Acids are those which when dissolved in water form proton and bases are those which when dissolved in water give hydroxyl ion. So he only talked about solution. Next we have is what was the useful thing in Arrhenius? He said that if we take proton of acid 1 mole and hydroxyl of base 1 mole, so water is formed and the heat was found to be constant. This was called heat of neutralization, which was 53 point something kilocalories per mole. So that was quite good. So it helps in determination of relative strength of acid. Suppose for H plus we have dissociation constant Ka, for OH plus we have dissociation constant Ka. Suppose acids are 2, so Ka1 and second acid is Ka2, so a square root of Ka1 and Ka2 would also be a constant. So it helped in defining the relative strength of acids by comparing their Ka's dissociation constants or bases, that is comparing their dissociation constants Kb. Next we came to what was demerited in Arrhenius. He only talked about aqueous solution. For example, sulfur dioxide is a gas, sodium oxide is a solid. Will it not be a neutralization? Yes, salt is formed. So Arrhenius could not explain non-aqueous neutralization. That was demerit number 1. He said non-aqueous solvents do not occur. Bases are limited only to hydroxide. Is metal oxide not basic? Why only this is a base? Arrhenius recognized this is the base and here we had a question mark because he only talked about, what did he talk about? Solution. He said compound which in solution release proton is acid and compound which in solution release hydroxyl ion. So he could not talk about any other acid or base which is probably happening without being aqueous or fused. Here Arrhenius failed. Gaseous phase reaction could not be covered. Next we come to is Bronsted said, this was quite interesting, acids are proton donor and bases are proton acceptor. Quite interesting. According to Bronsted, acids are proton donor and bases are proton acceptor. So that way it was quite easy. This was quite close. Actually, Bronsted concept helped a little, but it does not demean Arrhenius. Arrhenius was equally good. Actually, he gave a path for neutralization, heat of neutralization, complete dissociation, comparison of relative strength. So Arrhenius failed to some extent, but equally he could contribute to some extent. So this was quite interesting. Substance donating proton or acid and substances. So ammonia is basic and ammonia is a gas. So Bronsted could cover up on the basis of proton. For example, he could talk about compound which in solution, he could even talk about acids are proton donor and bases are proton acceptor. So he could also cover molecular acids. He could also cover molecular acids. So this was quite interesting. Next we come to is, now in this case, okay, we have already done this. Let us take one more example. In case sulfurous acid. So this is a proton donor, and if I take bisulfite ion, sulfite ion and give it a proton, then it will obviously be what? So this will be basic, yes or no? So acids are proton donor and their conjugates are bases because they accept proton. Next we come to is conjugate pair of acids. Now this is interesting. Suppose this is a bicarbonate ion. Interesting. This is a very important 1 mark question in MCQ for 11, and competition also it comes in terms of match the one correctly or what is the incorrect about the statement. Suppose this is acting as acid. So acid has to donate proton. So it will form carbonate. Yes or no? So if this is an acid, this is the conjugate base of this acid. This is acid 1, then conjugate base 1. Suppose this has to act as base. So base need to accept the proton. So it will convert to carbonic acid. So this way, this is base 2, then this will act as acid 2. So species differing by proton are called conjugates. Let us take one more example. Let us take this one. This is NH2 minus ion. If it has to act as acid, it need to donate a proton. Therefore, it will form NH2 minus. Suppose this had to act as base, then it has to accept a proton. Therefore, it will convert to ammonia. So conjugate of acid 1 will be imido group, which is base 1, and conjugate of base 2 will be acid 2. This is how conjugates. Now, let us take one question. What is the conjugate base of H2PO4 1 minus? Conjugate base, that means it has to act as acid. So if this has to act as acid, it has to donate proton, and after donating proton it becomes HPO4 2 minus. Charge has to be equal. So this is the conjugate base. Simple. Suppose this had to act as conjugate, it has to act conjugate, we need to find conjugate acid of this compound. So let us talk about same conjugate acid of H2PO4 1 minus ion. So this had to act as base, and base need to accept proton. So therefore it becomes H3PO4. This is the conjugate acid if this is acting as base. So species differing by proton are called conjugates. Acid का conjugate base हो जाएगा और base का conjugate acid हो जाएगा. They just differ by proton. Next we come to is neutralization of process of transfer of proton from acid to a base. Now this is interesting. HCl plus NaOH gives NaCl plus H2O. If you ionize them all, H plus, Cl minus, Na plus, OH minus, giving Na plus, Cl minus, giving water. All these are cancelled. So what is this? Actually it is proton of acid giving to OH of base to give water. Neutralization is the process of transfer of proton from an acid to a base. Simple. And the compound. So this is always neutral for fixed for, I told you, 53.2 kilocalories per mole of water. This is the heat of neutralization. Relative strength of acid. For example, this is alcohol. If it donate proton, so acids are proton donor. So this is conjugate base and this is acid. This gives this and proton. So this is also conjugate base. Which one will hydrolyze more in water? This or this? So it was found that this will hydrolyze more. That means conjugate of weak acid is a strong base and conjugate of strong acid, this will ionize completely. This will ionize completely. So you can write here what? Conjugate of weak acid is a strong base and vice versa. Conjugate of weak acid would be strong base and vice versa. Next we come to is relative strength of weak acid. Now this is dissociation constant. Weak acids are, you all know, weak acids are formic acid, weak acid is acetic acid, weak acid is carbonic acid, and we have already done like Ka is equal to concentration of acetate ion into concentration of hydronium ion upon molar concentration of acetic acid, provided we have this equation. Applying law of mass action, acetic acid in water convert to acetate ion aqueous and hydronium ion aqueous. See here, we have already done law of mass action, and by default there are three concentrations which we take unity. Number one, if water, if it is solid, or if it is in excess, by default these are taken as unity. As in this case, let us see. K is equal to molar concentration of acetate ion aqueous into hydronium ion aqueous upon concentration of acetic acid into the molar concentration of product, one more product, water. You transpose water here, K into molar concentration of water is equal to concentration of acetate ion aqueous into the concentration of hydronium ion aqueous upon the molar concentration of acetic acid, and this by default is taken A1. So this becomes Ka is equal to same molar concentration of acetate ion aqueous into the molar concentration of hydronium ion aqueous upon the molar concentration of acetic acid. So this is how you calculate dissociation constant. Let us see. This is how you calculate dissociation constant. Next we come to is competitive pyrolysis. This we have already done. Relative strength के comparison में we have done. This is a repetition. You can see this is C2H5OH. Did I not tell you that if you take C2H5OH, it will form ethoxide ion, and if you take HCl, it will form chloride ion. It was observed that this will hydrolyze more in water in comparison to this, because this is a conjugate of weak acid and this is a conjugate of strong acid. Next we come to is relative strength of, this is interesting, strength of bases. Now suppose you take a base NaOH giving Na plus and OH minus aqueous, that is dissolved in water, or you can even take an organic base CH3NH2 plus H2O giving CH3NH3 plus OH ion. In either case, Kb will be equal to Na plus and OH minus upon NaOH, and here it will be, water will be taken as 1. So Kb is equal to methylenium ion into the OH ion upon concentration of CH3NH2. Greater the value of Kb, greater the concentration of OH. Greater the concentration of Kb, greater the concentration of OH. That is, it is moving more in forward direction. So greater the value of Kb, greater is the concentration, but lesser will be the pH. This is quite interesting. इसको यहीं कर लेते हैं. Water combine with water to give hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion. If you apply K is equal to hydronium ion into OH ion upon H2O का concentration whole twice. So K into H2O is equal to H plus aqueous. Hydronium can be written as H plus aqueous and OH minus aqueous. This is 1. So this will be Kw is equal to H ion into OH ion, whose value is 1.06 into 10 to the power minus 14. So if, and this is always constant. So ionic product of water is always constant. If it is neutral, now in this case, if this is 10 to the, if this is 10 to the power minus 7, 10 to the power minus 7, it is equal to this. If H plus is 10 more and OH is less, but all these sum has to be minus 14, in this case it will be acidic, and the other way around, if H plus is 10 to the power minus 9 and OH is 10 to the minus 5, power minus 5, then it will be alkaline. So this is quite interesting, that ionic product of water is always constant. If Kb is more, OH will be more, H plus will be less, and vice versa. Next we have is, what are the merits? What are the merits of Bronsted? It qualifies the large barrage substances like OH minus, NH2 minus 2, pyridine, pyrrole, pyridine C5H5N. All these compounds recognized for acid-base reaction. So Lowry and Bronsted was quite close. Lewis concept, which can furnish an electron pair, while an acid is substance which has tendency to accept electron pair, and base is a substance which can donate an electron pair. For example, ammonium. Ammonia has a lone pair. When it is donated to proton, it forms ammonium. So electron pair donor is a base. Now take chloride. It will accept, okay, take one more example, electron pair acceptor. Al 3 electron with chlorine. So chlorine is 2 electron short of octet. Aluminium is 2 electron short of octet. So if it accepts an electron pair from a molecule, for example, chlorine, so it will form AlCl4 minus plus Cl plus. So electron pair acceptor are called, electron pair donor are called bases, and electron, that is why aluminium chloride is regarded as Lewis acid, boron trifluoride is regarded as Lewis acid. One more very interesting example is boron trifluoride reacting with ammonia. Boron has three electron of its own, one each involved in covalent bonding. Again, it is 2 electrons short of octet, whereas nitrogen in ammonia has a non-bonding electron pair which is lone pair. So this lone pair is contributed to boron. It forms an addition compound. It forms an addition compound. Quite interesting that ammonia and boron trifluoride can react where one is Lewis acid and the other is Lewis base. Lewis acid because it is electron pair acceptor, and Lewis base because it is electron pair donor. Quite interesting. Next we have is what is ionic product? This we have already done. Ionic product of water. Let us see Lewis concept. Ionic product of water we have already done, that Kw is equal to concentration of H plus ion and concentration of OH ion, and this value is 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 at 25 degree centigrade. So if H ion is more, then OH ion will be less. So 10 to the power minus 2 is more and 10 to the power minus 12 will be less. But their product will always be constant. Yes or no? Let us see. Concentration of H plus ion and concentration of OH ion. Concentration of H plus is 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter and concentration of OH is 10 to the power minus 12. So by default, ionic product of water is always constant. So this is quite interesting that Kw is for ionic product of water. We will be needing it for further analysis. Now, what is pH value and pH? pH stands for power of hydrogen, and it is a way of finding the strength in terms of pH. So this is a scale. This is concentration of hydronium ion, 0 to 10 hydronium ion 10 to the power 10 to the power 0, then 10 to the power minus 1, 10 to the power minus 13, 14, 10 to the power minus 7. This is the concentration of hydronium ion, and negative log to the base 10 of concentration of hydronium ion is called pH. Negative log to the base 10 of hydronium ion concentration in mole per liter at 25 degree centigrade. Mole per liter at 25 degree centigrade. So negative log of H plus ion or hydronium ion is called pH. Let us see. This is the scale. Hydronium ion concentration in mole per liter, negative log of hydronium ion, negative log to the base 10 of hydronium ion concentration is called pH. For example, you take a concentration of 10 to the power minus 2. So negative log to the base 10 of 10 to the power minus 2 is equal to how much? Negative log of negative power is positive. So pH is 2. Interesting. So let us see this numerical. The ionization constant of methylamine is 4.4. Do we have one more example here? Yes. Calculate the pH of 0.01 m solution of acetic acid. Now this is interesting. This is acetic acid. It will ionize to give H2O, acetate ion plus hydronium ion. This will be C alpha. This will be C1 minus alpha. This will be C alpha. So we will have Ka is equal to C alpha square. So what is alpha? Ka upon C ka root. Ka is how much? 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 5. And what is the concentration? a point 0.01, this is the square root, that is alpha. Now what we know is, here, what is the concentration of hydronium ion? Concentration of hydronium ion is C into alpha. So we have alpha is how much? 0.01 into root of 1.8 into 10 की power minus 5 upon 0.01. So this will be 1.8 into 10 की power minus 5 into 0.01. And when it goes inside, it will be square. So this is cancelled out. इसका square root निकाल लेंगे. Or you can write 1.8 into 10 की power minus 5 into 0.01 की power 1/2 is equal to hydronium ion concentration. और इस पूरे का negative log ले लेंगे. So negative log is pH is equal to 1/2 negative log of this value. Finished. You can even write it like this if you want. More easier way, negative log to the base 10 of this value to the power 1/2. You can accordingly calculate. Next we have is, in this case you will find Kb. So the concept is same. Kb is equal to C alpha square, and we know that concentration of OH ion will be C alpha. So alpha is how much? Kb into C का root. So what is the concentration of OH? C alpha. Alpha is this much. So this becomes Kb into C square upon C का root. This is concentration of OH, and then it can be Kb into C to the power 1/2 is equal to OH minus. You apply negative log to the base 10 to both the values. You will have what? This will be POH is equal to negative log to the base 10 of Kb into C की power 1/2. जो भी यहाँ पे वैल्यू आ रही है उसको 14 में से माइनस कर दीजिए. 14 माइनस POH will be pH, because we know that Kw is equal to H plus concentration into OH concentration. अगर इसमें सबका नेगेटिव लॉग ले लें तो दिस विल बी PKW is equal to pH plus POH. This is by default 14. If you need to find out pH of a basic solution, put the value of POH here. Simple. So for pH it is direct. For pH it is direct. For the pH of a basic solution, you find POH and deduce it from ionic product. Kw, ionic product of water, is always constant, that is 10 to the power minus 14, and negative log of Kw, that is negative log of 10 to the power minus 14, is pKw, that is equal to 14. So 14 is equal to pH plus POH by default. Next we come to is common ion effect. What is common ion effect? This is quite interesting. Let us see what is common ion effect. We already know there is a weak electrolyte AB which undergoes partial ionization to give A plus and B minus, which has the equilibrium constant K. You add a strong electrolyte which is completely dissociated with one ion common. Now as soon as the concentration of A plus is increased, the equilibrium constant does not like it. What happens then? This extra proton cation combined to give undissociated AB molecule. So this is a weak electrolyte, this is a strong electrolyte, and this is common ion effect. So what is common ion effect? Let us see. Suppression of ionization of weak electrolyte by adding an strong electrolyte having one ion common. 1 ion कॉमन। एक्चुअली इट इज इन द बेसिस ऑफ ली शैटलियर प्रिंसिपल। कोई इक्विलिब्रियम डिस्टर्ब नहीं होना चाहता है। मैं हमेशा बच्चों से कहता हूँ, आपको देर रात पढ़ने की आदत है, पापा ने कहा बेटा और सुबह 4 बजे तक पढ़ा करो, अब आप डिस्टर्ब हो जाओगे। अच्छा, हमको सुबह देर तक पढ़ने के लिए बोल रहे हैं रात में, अब मैं जल्दी सो जाऊंगा। अब दूसरा, आप रात में देर रात तक पढ़ते हो, पापा ने कहा, टीचर्स ने कहा, बोले बेटा जल्दी सो जाया करो, स्टूडेंट हो, अब आप डिस्टर्ब हो जाओगे। नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये गलत है, आई विल नाउ स्टडी अप टू 6 o'clock इन द मॉर्निंग। जब भी कोई इक्विलिब्रियम होता है, उस पर आप जो कंडीशन इम्पोज करोगे, इक्विलिब्रियम उस कंडीशन को अपोज करेगा और उसी डायरेक्शन में चला जाएगा जहां उसको अपोज। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक रिएक्शन फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में एक्सोथर्मिक है, ऑलरेडी इक्विलिब्रियम है, फॉरवर्ड में हीट निकल रही है, आपने रिएक्टेंट साइड में हीट कर दिया, अब इक्विलिब्रियम टेंशन में आ गया। कहेगा अच्छा ऑलरेडी तो हीट निकल रही है और ये हीट कर रहे हैं बाहर से, आई विल मूव इन द डायरेक्शन वेयर इट इज एंडोथर्मिक। ये केमिकल इक्विलिब्रियम में आएगा, बट आयोनिक और केमिकल दोनों मिलाते तो मसला हो जाता। ऑलरेडी ये 1 घंटे का वीडियो होगा। तो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, कॉमन आयन इफेक्ट हमेशा इक्विलिब्रियम के टेंस में चलता है। एक एग्जाम्पल इसका ले लेते हैं, लेट अस सी एन एग्जाम्पल। ये एक वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइट है और ये आयोनाइज हो रहा है एक्वस कंडीशन में, जिसका कि एक इक्विलिब्रियम है एसीटेट आयन एंड H+ आयन। अब इसमें आपने एक स्ट्रॉन्ग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट ऐड कर दिया, या विच इज द सॉल्ट ऑफ इट्स बेस, जो कंप्लीटली डिसोसिएट हो रहा है और एसीटेट आयन बढ़ रहे हैं। अब देख लीजिए, राइट साइड में एसीटेट आयन बढ़ गया। अब यहां तो CH लगेगा, CX लगेगा, C अल्फा लगेगा, आई एम सॉरी, इधर तो C अल्फा लगेगा, इधर C अल्फा लगेगा, लेकिन यहां तो पूरा पूरा C लगेगा। जब C था तो नील था, जब ये नील होगा तो C होगा, तो कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ने लगा ना इसका। और यही बात इक्विलिब्रियम को अच्छी नहीं लगी, तो क्या हुआ, जो ज्यादा एसीटेट आयन थे वो प्रोटॉन से मिलके अनडिसोसिएटेड एसिटिक एसिड बन गए। रीड द डेफिनेशन अगेन। Suppression of ionization of weak electrolyte by adding a strong electrolyte having one ion common is called common ion effect। और ये इतना मजबूत है, सोप की प्रिपरेशन में आता है, बहुत सारी जगह यूज होता है, ये बहुत वाइड है। देखें क्या क्या है इसमें। पहले इस पे बात आ रही है बफर सोल्यूशन। एक मैंने बच्चों से कभी बात करी थी, ये कौन सा लिक्विड पीते हैं बड़े बड़े सेलिब्रिटीज, बड़े बड़े क्रिकेट प्लेयर, टेनिस प्लेयर, अब तो चेस प्लेयर भी सेलिब्रिटीज हैं। चेस तो हिंदुस्तान का ही गेम है, वो यंग बच्चे हैं, अभी तो कोई ग्रैंड मास्टर भी बना। कौन सा पानी पीते हैं ये, क्या होता है उसमें? बहुत छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल है, आपका जो ब्लड है ना वो एल्कलाइन है एंड लार्जेस्ट कनेक्टिव टिश्यू है, और जो हम पानी पीते हैं मोस्टली उसका pH 7 होता है या उसके नीचे होता है। तो पहले वो हमारी बॉडी में जाके एल्कलाइन होता है और फिर वो हमारे ब्लड में मिक्स होता है। जो सेलिब्रिटीज पानी पीते हैं वो ऑलरेडी एल्कलाइन वाटर होता है, तो वो बॉडी में जल्दी से एसिमिलेट हो जाता है, रीहाइड्रेट कर देता है, डिहाइड्रेशन बचा लेता है, क्रैम्प्स रोक लेता है। हम लोगों को क्रैम्प आए, कभी एग्जॉस्ट हो, फिजिकली कुछ हो, हमने खिलाड़ियों को बोलते हैं, या जो वर्कोहॉलिक लोग होते हैं, जो कॉरपोरेट में काम करते हैं, जो मार्केटिंग का काम करते हैं, बहुत पानी पीते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि दे नीड टू कीप देयर टिश्यूज वेट, उसके लिए पानी जरूरी है। अब जो पानी हम लोग पीते हैं, नॉर्मल मिडिल क्लास पीता है, वो पानी एल्कलाइन नहीं होता है। अब इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप बाहर से चूना ले आए, पानी में मिला दिया और चूने का पानी पी लिया, उससे तो ब्लड ज्यादा pH हो जाएगा ना। pH 7.4 के आसपास होता है ब्लड का, बफर है। कभी भी अब गॉड फॉरबिड आप बीमार हो, डॉक्टर पहले pH देखेगा ब्लड का, जैसे ही ब्लड का pH लेस देन 7 दिखेगा, बोले बॉडी में इन्फेक्शन है, डायलिसिस करो, एंटीबायोटिक दो। लेट अस फाइट इट आउट। एल्केलाइन बफर है वो। ऐसे ही समुद्र का पानी बफर है। बफर इज व्हाट इज अ बफर सॉल्यूशन? मिक्सचर विच मेंटेन्स अ कांस्टेंट pH and does not change its pH on addition of small amount of acid or base from outside. So let us see. Mixture which maintains a constant pH, mixture which maintains a constant pH and pH remains same on addition of small amount of acid or base from outside, acid or base from outside. अब इसमें एक लिमिटेशन है, मैं बच्चों को बोलता हूं, आपका मिक्सचर तो 0.1 m का है और आपने 2 m का आपने बाहर से एसिड ऐड कर दिया, बोले सर बफर तो हुआ नहीं। फिर से समझे, आपका ब्लड एल्केलाइन है, आपने कहा सर बाहर से एसिड पिएंगे तो क्या पीएच चेंज नहीं होगा, और आपने नाइट्रिक एसिड पी लिया, मर जाएंगे। हमेशा याद रखिए, जो बफर एक्शन को निकल बाहर से जो आप एसिड डाल रहे हैं उसकी स्ट्रेंथ मिक्सचर के कंसंट्रेशन की स्ट्रेंथ से कम होना है, तब तो आपको बफर एक्शन दिखेगा, नहीं तो नहीं दिखेगा। एक बार और, एक मिक्सचर है जिसका पीएच हमेशा कांस्टेंट रहता है, आप बाहर से एसिड ऐड करो चाहे बाहर से बेस ऐड करो, उसका पीएच चेंज नहीं होगा, ये तो हो गया बफर। लेकिन अब आप कहें कि सर कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ द मिक्सचर का जो था, इसका पीएच था या कंसंट्रेशन था वो 0.1 m था और बाहर से आपने एसिड और बेस जो ऐड किया वो 2 m था, तो बफर नहीं रहेगा। कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ एसिड और बेस एडेड फ्रॉम आउटसाइड शुड बी लेस देन द कंसंट्रेशन इनसाइड द बफर। ये बात समझ लें। अब बफर कितने तरीके के होते हैं? डू वी हैव समथिंग हियर? लेट अस सी। नो वी डोंट। वी टॉक अबाउट acidic buffer. Now what is acidic buffer? Weak acid and its salt with strong base. What is acidic buffer? Weak acid and its salt with strong base. Strong base is NaOH. Let us see how does this salt is formed. Acetic acid is a weak acid and NaOH is a strong base. They will give a salt. Acid with base give salt and water. So this is a salt of weak acid plus strong base. So weak acid and its salt with strong base is called buffer. Let us see. CH3COOH with H2O giving acetate ion plus proton. Suppose we take, okay, we can take hydronium and you add sodium acetate, which is a strong electrolyte. So these are common ion. So this acetate will combine with hydronium to give undissociated acetic acid and water. This is buffer action. Now, how to explain buffer action by adding acid or base from outside? Let us see buffer action. Let us divide the page into two halves. You add, buffer action is on adding a small amount of acid. A small amount of acid, and in the second case you will add a small amount of base from outside. When you add acid, that is hydronium ion from outside, you need to write here outside. Then probably hydronium ion are going to increase? No. The acetate ion from the buffer will combine to give undissociated acetic acid with water. तो pH इसका चेंज नहीं होगा। क्यों? क्योंकि जो हाइड्रोनियम आपने ऐड किया ये सोच के कि pH बढ़ जाएगा, वो एसीटेट बाहर से जो ऐड किया और बफर में एसीटेट था, वो मिलके अनडिसोसिएटेड एसिटिक एसिड एंड वाटर बन गया। अब आप कहें कि नहीं सर चलो थोड़ा सा हम बेस बाहर से ऐड कर देंगे, थोड़ा सा, मैंने बताया कंसंट्रेशन कम होना चाहिए। तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं भाई ये नहीं होगा। क्यों? क्योंकि हमारे पास बफर में हाइड्रोनियम आयन है, तो हाइड्रोनियम आयन हमारे पास बफर में था, तो हाइड्रोनियम और OH मिलके बफर में वाटर बना लेता है जो कि न्यूट्रल होता है। तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि बाहर से इफ एट ऑल यू ऐड लिटिल एसिड फ्रॉम आउटसाइड और यू ऐड लिटिल बेस फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, द pH of the solution does not change, the pH of the mixture does not change. Let us see one more example, one more thing, which is we have something here. No. So we now come to the next one, which is pH of acidic buffer. Let us see. pH of acidic buffer. Let us, okay, now little more please, sorry. This looks good. You take, this is a buffer, CH3OH with H2O giving CH3COO minus with H3O plus aqueous, both all of them aqueous, and this is CH3COONA giving CH3COO minus plus Na plus. If you apply dissociation constant is equal to acetate ion into hydronium ion upon acetic acid. That's quite interesting. So hydronium ion becomes Ka into acetic acid upon acetate ion concentration. Now we know that this is quite less and this is quite more. So this is as good as, if this is 1 mole, this would have been nil. If this is nil, this would be 1 mole. So instead of acetate, we can write acetic acid upon salt. So what does it become? Hydronium ion is equal to Ka into acetic acid concentration upon salt concentration. अब इधर निगेटिव लॉग ले लेंगे, निगेटिव लॉग टू द बेस 10, इसको सॉल्व कर लेंगे। pH इज इक्वल टू pKa प्लस लॉग बेस 10 ऑफ, ये निगेटिव था तो ऊपर सॉल्ट हो जाएगा और नीचे एसिड हो जाएगा, pH निकल आएगा। इंटरेस्टिंग, दिस इज अ न्यूमेरिकल। Calculate the pH of buffer solution containing 0.14. So what is the concentration of acid? 0.15 mole. And what is the concentration of salt? 0.1 mole. What is the value of Ka? 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 5. What is pH equal to? pKa plus log base 10 of molar concentration of salt upon molar concentration of acid. Apply the value. So this is negative log to the Ka 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 5 plus log base 10 of molar concentration of salt upon the molar concentration of acid. Solve this. pH will be there. Next we come to is what is a basic buffer? Basic buffer is all good, weak base and its salt with strong acid. Let us see. Weak base which will ionize partially, equilibrium होगा, NH4 plus and OH minus, and salt with strong acid is ammonium chloride. It will ionize completely to give NH4 and Cl1 minus. This is at equilibrium. इसका concentration C alpha था, ये पूरा पूरा C है, तो due to common ion effect it maintains an equilibrium, undissociated. अब इसका buffer action निकाल लेते हैं। बाहर से थोड़ा सा एसिड ऐड करेंगे फ्रॉम आउटसाइड और बाहर से थोड़ा सा OH ऐड करेंगे फ्रॉम आउटसाइड. So this becomes, if you add hydronium ion from outside, then you have OH ion in buffer to form undissociated water molecule, undissociated or neutral water molecule. But if you add OH outside, OH from outside, base from outside, then it will combine with ammonium ion from buffer to give undissociated ammonium hydroxide. देखिए, next is how to calculate pH of basic buffer. Let us see. pH of basic buffer. Let us see. This is ammonium hydroxide, which is ionizing to give ammonium ion and OH ion. So we can have what? Kb is equal to NH4 plus ion into OH ion upon NH4 OH ion. So we can have OH ion is equal to Kb into molar concentration of base upon ammonium ion. अब अमोनियम आयन का कंसंट्रेशन अमोनियम क्लोराइड वाले अमोनियम आयन से तो कम है. एक बार और देख लेते हैं इस चीज को, यहां कहीं करेंगे. फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड बेटर, आई रिपीट, NH4OH आयोनाइजिंग टू गिव NH4 1 प्लस एंड OH 1 माइनस. इसका कंसंट्रेशन C 1 माइनस अल्फा, ये C अल्फा, ये C अल्फा. बट जब अमोनियम क्लोराइड आपने ऐड किया तो ये तो स्ट्रॉन्ग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट है. जब इसका C कंसंट्रेशन होगा तो ये नील होगा. जब ये नील हो जाएगा तभी तो ये C होगा. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ अमोनियम आयन वी कैन राइट सॉल्ट. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ अमोनियम आयन वी कैन राइट सॉल्ट. तो OH माइनस इज इक्वल टू Kb concentration of base to the concentration of salt. Next we come to is, you apply negative log to either side. Negative log to base of OH minus is equal to negative log to the base of Kb and into base upon molar concentration of salt. Yes or no? So this becomes POH, which is equal to negative log to the base Kb and positive log to the base 10 of salt upon base. Calculate the value and that's it. Now POH आ गया. If you need to find out pH, you can have pH is equal to 14 minus POH. That's it. And the next is